the Brain, where we balance on the edge of suspense and thrill with the most captivating films. I'm Jason, and today we're teetering on the brink with Man on a Ledge, directed by Asger Leth. Man on a Ledge is a high-stakes thriller that keeps you guessing till the very end. Starring Sam Worthington, Elizabeth Banks, and Jamie Bell, this movie is a masterclass of tension and intrigue. Before we proceed, be warned, this review will contain spoilers. If you have not seen the movie yet, pause here, watch it, and then come back. In Man on a Ledge, every second counts and every move is crucial. Let's dive into this nerve-wracking thriller and uncover the secrets lurking just beneath the surface. Yeah. How did it do in the box office? Well, Men on the Ledge opened in theaters on January 28, 2012 with a budget of $42 million. In its 5-week theatrical run, it earned $18.6 million domestically and $28 million internationally, making its worldwide total $47.6 million. The opening weekend saw it earn $8 million, finishing number 5 in the box office. And Red Tails, One for the Money, Underworld Awakening, and The Grey, numbers 4 through 1 respectively, with One for the Money and The Grey opening the same weekend. Final week in theaters saw it earn $73,725 while being shown in 76 theaters, ending its box office run at number 53. Now let's get into the plot. A man named Joe Walker checks into the Roosevelt Hotel, enters his hotel room on the 21st floor, and climbs on the ledge, apparently ready to commit suicide. The crowd below calls the police. Dante Marcus controls the crowd while Jack Doherty talks with Walker. Walker will only speak to negotiator Linda Mercer, who is on a leave of absence after failing to save a suicidal policeman. Mercer arrives at the hotel room and acquires Walker's fingerprints from a shared cigarette. Doherty has them analyzed and discovers that Walker is actually Nick Cassidy, an ex-policeman who was given a 25-year sentence for stealing the Monarch diamond from businessman David Englander. Nick escaped 1 month earlier during his father's funeral with the help of his younger brother Joey. Nick maintains his innocence and claims that Englander has framed him as part of an insurance fraud scheme. As Englander lost his fortune in a bad business deal, he was too proud to sell the diamond. Nick distracts the police while Joey and his girlfriend, Angie, break into Englander's vault across the street to recover the diamond and prove his innocence. Cassidy must use double entendres to provide instructions to Joey and Angie through an earpiece while speaking to Mercer. Doherty informs Marcus of Nick's identity, and Marcus orders the jewelry store's security to check the vault. Joey and Angie evade them, but do not find the diamond. They deliberately set off an alarm, trick Englander into retrieving the diamond, and ambush him in his office, where they steal the diamond at gunpoint. Nick's ex-partner Mike Ackerman arrives at the hotel with evidence that Nick is planning something and demands to be allowed into the hotel room. Mercer distrusts him and Doherty backs her up. Ackerman claims he found bomb schematics in a storage unit Nick rented and is convinced that he will detonate an explosive somewhere. While the crowd is evacuated by the bomb squad, Mercer, believing in Nick's innocence, calls Internal Affairs and discovers that 3 of the cops employed by Englander were suspected of being corrupt: Ackerman, Marcus, and the real deceased, Joe Walker. Joey and Angie enter the hotel and hand the bag containing the diamond to the hotel concierge. The concierge pockets the diamond while placing the bag onto the rack. Englander calls Marcus, one of the cops who helped him frame Nick, and has him capture Joey and Angie as they reach the street. Nick attempts to escape through the hotel, pursued by a tactical team. The concierge aids him by handing him a disguise containing the diamond. Marcus chases Nick to the roof, where he has Mercer arrested for obstruction to clear the roof. Englander brings Joey and Angie, threatening to kill Joey unless Nick gives him the diamond. Nick turns it over, and Englander leaves. Mercer escapes custody in an elevator and rushes back to the roof. Marcus demands Nick jump off the roof. Ackerman arrives, shoots Marcus, and is shot in return. Ackerman apologizes to Nick and claims he did not know Englander would frame him. Marcus's bulletproof vest saves him, but as he prepares to kill Nick, Mercer arrives and shoots him. Nick jumps from the roof onto an airbag set up earlier by the police, catches up to Englander, and pulls the diamond from Englander's jacket, publicly proving his innocence. Englander is then arrested for insurance fraud. Nick is cleared of all charges and released from custody. He meets Joey, Angie, and Mercer at a bar owned by Nick's father, Frank Cassidy, who had faked his death and pretended to be the hotel concierge. Mercer asks Nick to explain everything to her as Joey proposes to Angie with a diamond ring, presumably stolen from Englander's vault. She accepts, and they all celebrate together. Now let's check out the cast and some of the other roles the cast has had. Sam Worthington as Nick Cassidy. Other roles for Sam Worthington include Jake Sully in the Avatar franchise, Captain Glover in Hacksaw Ridge, and Alex Mason in the Call of Duty Black Ops franchise. Elizabeth Banks as Lydia Mercer. Other roles for Elizabeth Banks include Effie Trinket in the Hunger Games franchise, Pam in Migration, and Sal in the TV show Modern Family. Jamie Bell is Joey Cassidy. Other roles for Jamie Bell include Ben Grimm in 2015's Fantastic Four, Edgar in Snowpiercer, Abraham Woodhull in the TV show Turn Washington's Spies. Anthony Mackie is Mike Ackerman. Other roles for Anthony Mackie include John Doe in the TV show Twisted Metal, Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Marcus Belmont in Triple Nine. Edward Burns as Jack Doherty. Other roles for Edward Burns include Terry Muldoon in the TV show Public Morals, Thomas Kane and Alex Cross, and Jack Flynn in Summer Days, Summer Nights. Titus Welliver as Dante Marcus. Other roles for Titus Welliver include Ratko in the TV show Castlevania, Bates in Argo, and Maxwell in Poker Night. Genesis Rodriguez as Angela Maria Angie Lopez. Other roles for Genesis Rodriguez include Sloane Hargreaves in the TV show The Umbrella Academy, Honey Lemon in Big Hero 6, and Jane Walker in the TV show Time After Time. Kyra Sedgwick as Susie Morales. Other roles for Kyra Sedgwick include Brenda Lee Johnson in the TV show The Closer, Mona in The Edge of 17, and Stephanie in The Possession. Ed Harris as David Englander. Other roles for Ed Harris include General Patton in Resistance, Blade Ranger in Planes, Fire and Rescue, and Ed Dubois in Pain and Gain. William Sadler as the hotel valet, revealed at the end to be Frank Cassidy. Other roles for William Sadler include Father Hagen in The Unholy, Detective Wilson in The Grudge, and Sheriff Dixon in The Suspect. Who doesn't love a good heist movie? But honestly, this is one of those movies I could have swore I've seen before, even if I had seen parts, but I didn't remember any of it whenever I watched it for this review. Sam Worthington and Elizabeth Banks have great chemistry on screen together, just like Ed Harris and pretty much everyone he interacts with in this. Anthony Mackie was a pleasant surprise. The only cast I saw on this movie when I watched it on Tubi were Sam Worthington, Elizabeth Banks, Jamie Bell, Ed Harris, and Edward Burns. So seeing Anthony Mackie pop up on screen was fun. I do really love the concept of this film. Pop goes to jail for something, goes to prison for something he didn't do, and he escapes only to prove his innocence by actually stealing what he went to prison for stealing. I personally enjoyed this movie, even if it's not a well-liked movie. I think it helps that I like Sam Worthington, Elizabeth Banks, Ed Harris, and Anthony Mackie. Now let's look at some fun facts about this movie. All of the wide shots of the actors on the ledge were real. Restraining cables were either hidden from camera view or edited out in post production. Sam Worthington helped kickstart Man on the Ledge into production when he expressed early interest in the script. Worthington partially admits to being intrigued by the role because of his fear of heights, and the majority of the scenes on the ledge were set to be shot on the real ledge of the Roosevelt Hotel, over 200 feet above 45th Street in Midtown Manhattan. Amy Adams was considered for the role of Lydia. And that's our review of Man on the Ledge. This film takes you on a suspenseful journey with twists and turns at every corner. If you enjoyed this movie, be sure to like and subscribe to Movies on the Brain for more exciting movie discussions. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Man on a Ledge and other thrillers you've enjoyed. Leave your comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep exploring and enjoying the world of movies.